Good evening. This is Rachel with Infused Meadows, and I'm making dinner. So I said yesterday that I would make this, but some things come up, and I actually didn't even end up making dinner. So I'm doing it today, as I said I would, because the chicken stayed in the refrigerator, so it was fine until today. So I have my air fryer preheating to 190 degrees Celsius, or I believe it's 375 Fahrenheit. I have an air fryer oven. I don't have those little basket air fryers. Now, I imagine it's probably the same, but I'm not going to lie, I do not know, okay? So I don't want to guess and tell you wrong. But I'm air frying this. So, because of the way that I do it, I don't actually do my chicken the same way when I air fry it as I do it when I do it in the oven. When I do it in the oven, I butterfly my chicken. But when I do it in the air fryer, because of the small pan that it comes with, which I have aluminum foil on, I just don't, there's not enough room to butterfly 2 pieces of chicken and to put on this tray, okay? So, what I do is I've already rinsed off my chicken. And guess what? When you rinse off your chicken, just take that vinegar water solution that I showed in another video, spray it down, that sanitizes it, wipe it off really well, and there you go. Clean sink. Just a tip, that's all. So, what I do is the fatty pieces of chicken, okay, I like to make little score marks, and I do it on both sides. And this is actually just in the fat piece. And this is just to help this cook in the time frame in which I need it in. So what I will be doing is 12 minutes on the pan in the air fryer. And then at the end of 12 minutes, I will flip the chicken over and do another 12 minutes. And then it's done. You have a nice crispy outside with a good juicy inside. But you'll see what I do. It's probably a little weird for some people. So I'm going to cook it. Sorry, upside down. Yeah. So I won't, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm cooking it upside down. So what I'll do is I'll actually do this side first, because this will be going down so that when I flip, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm going to take a little bit of oil. This is just regular oil, okay? And I'm going to wipe it or rub it into this chicken. Now, if you do things differently, you do things differently, okay? I am going to season heavily. This is that Cajun season that I gave you the recipe to yesterday. I think I may have already said that, so I apologize. It's been a Friday that feels like a Monday, okay? When you know, you know. And I'm just going to take my knife and spread this as best I can all over that chicken. And now I'm going to press it in. And then I'm going to put that upside down right there. Do the same thing here. Okay, same thing. Flip this over. Alright, now I'm going to go over here because I have this mess. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to pour my oil over it. I'm going to rub it in really well, put my seasoning on it, and get it in the air fryer, and we'll be back. Cooked cabbage. In a pot, actually it's in my large pot. I've filled it almost halfway full of water. And to that water, I've added 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of salt, and roughly a ½ teaspoon of black pepper. Alright. I'm going to cut this in half, roughly. And then this 1/2 we won't use. Not tonight anyways. I'll use this for something else tomorrow. I may make us a cabbage salad. And if so, I can record that as well. Some people may want to make that. I don't know. But I can definitely do that and show that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this stem out. I'm right-handed, but I literally just go in at an angle. And there's the stem, okay? All you want to do now is you're just going to cut this roughly bite size, you know, what you consider to be bite size pieces. And then once that water is up to a boil, I'm going to drop my cabbage in there. Now, cabbage does not take that long to cook. We're talking maybe 5 minutes. So we're only doing the cabbage and the chicken. And so I'm not worried about how much veggies are here. Because we'll eat it raw if I think it's too much to go in there. I'm sure that makes sense. We like cabbage, and cabbage is good for you, so there's that. Right. And then take that. So, you see what I've done? Once that's up to a boil, I will be throwing in my cabbage. And then that's it. I'll set a timer for 5 minutes, and then I will use a slotted spoon to pull that out with, and then just put what we want on our plates along with the chicken. So I don't know if I'll show you the plates, but for right now, I'll just pause and think about it. And if I don't, I'll let you know. But that's all I add to my cooked cabbage. I'm sure there's others out there that do it different. This is just what I do. It's what we like. Yeah, so we'll be back. So just 2 things real quick. Whenever you go to put your cabbage in, if there's stuff that you don't use, just get yourself a container with a lid and put it in there. And then that way, I've decided I'll make the cabbage salad tomorrow. And then that way, if you watch it and you like it, you can add whatever cabbage you have left because it's already in your nice little bite-sized pieces, which is exactly what I'll be doing with the rest of that tomorrow, bite-sizing it, putting it in a container, and then mixing it up with some seasonings and some oils and vinegar. But we'll get to that. The other thing is, always remember when you go to pull your chicken, make sure it's reading 165 degrees in the fattest part of that chicken to make sure that it's done, okay? You don't want to eat raw chicken or well undercooked chicken. So 165 Fahrenheit, and you know that your chicken is good to go. Alright, we'll be back. And there you go. It may not seem like much to most people, but this is what we like, and this is our dinner tonight. So, I hope that you make either of these, and I hope you like them or love them. And if you don't, then, like I said earlier and many times over, I'm sure that there's other recipes out there, and I hope you find the one that's right for you. And as always, I hope you have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.